Thank you for staying with us. And to talk about the certificate controversy of the Ondo State Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, I'm being joined live on the news by human rights lawyer and political analyst, Alan Showore. Good afternoon. Glad to have you join me, Alan.
Good afternoon.
Now, this allegation is coming barely a few months to the off-cycle election in the state. Do you think this is an issue that should be taken seriously?
No, not at all. It goes to no issue. He has been screened before. He was deputy governor before now. He probably will have submitted 1, 2, 3 documents to INEC, which INEC has screened. At that time, there was no this allegation. So now that he is assuming office as a new governor in the state. So why the allegation? I think we should just move ahead with our state and focus on the future. They say the dream of the future is better than the history of the past. For me, it's part of the Nigeria politics. Everybody who is coming up, either as a governor or as a president, many a time you see all this kind of news. For somebody who was a teacher, he has a lot. I was there on the day of swearing, and they read his profile. He has a good profile that one can say, oh, 1, 2, 3 of this qualifies him to hold that office. So for me, this is no issue.
Now,
just mere ballot talks.
Mr. Showore, Ayedatiwa, like we know, just succeeded the late former governor, Rotimi Akeredolu. Don't you think issues like this is sensitive enough to distract him from him concentrating on his plans for the state, pending when the election is held?
Yeah, I just told you that it is no issue because even there is no any major newspaper that is talking about it. There are no cases in court. So as a politician, why would this distract him?
If I may ask you, when you say this is no issue, don't you think this sort of casts a shadow on his integrity as the governor of Ondo State?
Let me break it down to you. He contested alongside Rotimi Akeredolu. He submitted some certificate. Is those certificates that the one they are complaining about or the one he will use in the future? If it's the one in the past, he is now the governor. Under section 308 of the Constitution, he has immunity. Whatever happens, I'm not saying that he false certificate, but even whatever happens, you can't take him to court, you can't bring him before any court. So if it is about the future, how can you now preempt an aspirant about the certificate he will submit? So which of the certificates are they actually talking about? Is he his NC certificate or university certificate or which one? So I think we have to wait.
The report says university certificate.
That's what I'm saying. Is it the one he submitted with INEC when he considered as deputy governor, or the one he will be submitting if he has interest in contesting? If it is the one he submitted in the past, that is past because there are no cases in court and nobody can even file any case against him because he enjoys immunity under section 308 of the Constitution. So it goes to no issues. It's a mere blackmail, if you ask me.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are on the planet. My name is Dr. Oscar, a personal development and life coach that specializes in sharing information, philosophies, strategies, and life skills, including wellness products that empower people to live above mediocrity in every area of their personal life. Today, I want to talk specifically on what we call capacity. And this is the reason why I want to emphasize the issue of capacity, how it is redefined, and how you should embrace the slogan of 2024 that you should not grieve for anybody in this 2024. And why it is important is this, because for anybody who will want to misrepresent what we call capacity to you, no grief for that person in this 2024. I want to list these attributes that people have erroneously ascribed capacity to. A lot of people have looked at capacity as ability to tell lie consistently. Actually telling lies is a capacity, but that is not the capacity that can make you entrust values into the hand of an individual. Resources that is going to benefit the people, that the people need so badly, should not be entrusted into the hand of a man that lie consistently. So we no go gree for such person in this 2024. There are people who have misrepresent capacity to mean somebody who can speak another man's language. There are a lot of people who can communicate another person's language efficiently. Yes, it's a language capacity. But that does not represent wisdom. That does not represent productivity. That does not represent sustainability of resources. So, ability to speak different languages simultaneously is not a capacity that should earn you leadership or opportunity to govern a region, especially where resources need to be administered appropriately. The ability you have to communicate in another man's language cannot be represented as a capacity. So you should not be bamboozled in this 2024 by those caliber of people. An ability to serially destroy institutions. There are many people who have capacity or ability to speak in foreign languages. They can lie consistently undiscovered, but institutions are destroyed under their watch. Anybody who cannot manage institutions efficiently, especially check the way he manages his own institutions. You should know that those people, you cannot say that represent capacity. I remember when Oshomole was saying that coming to the Senate to come and read a profile of working in banks that went down under your watch should not be ascribed to being a capacity or ability to be promoted for higher responsibilities. No. If you have managed institutions that have failed woefully, that should not be demonstrated or ascribed as capacity. A lot of people have multiple degrees that they have not used to impact positively on institutions. They have not used to affect mankind positively. And they still demonstrated this ability to have this numerous certificates as capacity. I think this 2024, we are not going to agree with those people. And that is why I subscribe to this slogan, no grief for anybody, this 2024, that will misrepresent capacity. Ability to multiply things and expand system. Yes, this is the capacity that we are talking about. Ability to multiply money, ability to expand system, ability to make system work efficiently. This does not include the ability to speak foreign languages. When I was watching the history of Jabiali Port, the biggest man-made port in history in the world, built in Dubai by the founders of Dubai. When I was going through the man's profile, I didn't see ability to speak multiple languages as part of the attributes that he possessed. What that guy possesses is willingness, consistent learning and improvement, improving an existing system. That's one of the things. And this one does not include the numerous degrees the people did not benefit from, that did not impact the people, the system positively. Capacity includes ability to build human capital, social capital, economic capital, and financial capital. So somebody cannot at this time come to redefine capacity to mean what capacity is not. Capacity does not include ability to speak English language. No. It's just like you want to learn my dialect and you're able to speak my dialect, because English language is another person's dialect. Your ability to speak that another person's dialect does not mean you have wisdom, does not mean you are wise. All institutions that are committed under your watch, how are they functioning? How are you expanding them? If they are going down, you cannot be called a good manager of funds. A man who has in a way managed a small system and the system is still working and is sustainable, we can ascribe capacities to such person. What is most relevant now is that we have a right definition of capacity. You can't be telling me capacity now includes the number of certificates that you have. What are you doing with them? What impact are they making in the economy, in the society? These are the things that are relevant in this 2024. And that is why whoever comes to you to come and bamboozle you, to give you a definition of capacity that does not conform with what I've explained: expansion, growth, consistent growth, learning, improvement, making a system working better than the way it works. If your definition of capacity does not include this and that they are not verifiable, guy, you don't have capacity. Capacity that people cannot copy something from to use and get result is not capacity. And that is why at Knowledge Center Group, we focus on building human capacity, financial capacity, and economic capitals of individual, giving them the capacity to multiply money and become very resourceful to themselves. Because in the society, we have a lot of people that are not resourceful to themselves and they are not resourceful to others. Now we want people who are resourceful to themselves and resourceful to others. And that's why Knowledge Center Group focuses so much on human capacity, developing people, empowering them with wisdom, information, strategies that make them live above mediocrity and so that they can live a sustainable lifestyle. And going by this interview that we watched, you are going to see clearly that a lot of people have been misinformed on what capacity is and what capacity is not. Capacity does not include the number of degrees that you are not using to make positive impact in the society. We are beginning to question a lot of things in this 2024. Capacity is very important. Productivity is very important. How are you productive? Are you making positive impact? Are you making the environment to work better than the way you met it? All the institutions that you touch, how are they? How did you leave them? Did you leave them worse or you left them better? These are the assessment of capacity in 2024. Thank you for listening. Bye.